Learning English is an exciting journey, but it is not always easy. Many students around the world face different challenges while trying to improve their English skills. English is one of the most widely spoken languages in the world, and it is important for education, business, travel, communication, and technology. Because of this, millions of people study English every day. However, learning a new language requires time, patience, practice, and confidence. Students often experience difficulties in speaking, listening, reading, writing, grammar, vocabulary, pronunciation, and understanding native speakers. Even though these challenges can feel difficult, they can be overcome with hard work and regular practice. One of the biggest challenges in learning English is pronunciation. English words are not always pronounced the way they are written. Many learners become confused because some letters are silent, and some words sound completely different from their spelling. For example, words like through, though, and thought look similar but sound different. This makes pronunciation difficult for beginners. Students may feel shy or embarrassed when they pronounce words incorrectly. Sometimes, people are afraid of making mistakes, so they avoid speaking English. This fear can slow down learning progress. To improve pronunciation, learners need to listen carefully to native speakers, practice speaking regularly, and repeat words many times. Watching English videos, listening to songs, and using pronunciation apps can also help students improve their speaking skills. Another major challenge is grammar. English grammar contains many rules, tenses, sentence structures, and exceptions. Students often struggle to understand when to use different verb forms, articles, prepositions, and punctuation. For example, the difference between present perfect tense and past simple tense can confuse learners. Some languages do not use grammar rules similar to English, so students may find it difficult to adapt. Grammar mistakes are very common among English learners, especially when speaking quickly. However, grammar should not stop learners from communicating. Making mistakes is a natural part of learning. Students can improve their grammar by reading books, studying grammar exercises, writing sentences, and practicing every day. Vocabulary is another common problem for English learners. English contains thousands of words, and it is impossible to learn them all quickly. Many students forget new vocabulary after studying it because they do not use the words regularly. Some English words also have multiple meanings, which can create confusion. For example, the word bank can mean a financial institution or the side of a river. Idioms and phrasal verbs also make vocabulary difficult. Expressions like give up, look after, or break down may not make sense when translated directly into another language. To build vocabulary, learners should read regularly, write down new words, review them often, and use them in conversations. Learning vocabulary in context is more effective than memorizing long lists of words. Listening is also a difficult skill for many learners. Native English speakers often speak very fast, use slang, or connect words together in conversation. Students may understand English in textbooks, but struggle to understand real-life conversations. Different accents can also create problems. English speakers from the United States, the United Kingdom, Australia, Canada, and other countries pronounce words differently. This can confuse learners who are used to hearing only one accent. To improve listening skills, students should practice listening every day. Watching movies with subtitles, listening to podcasts, and talking with English speakers can help learners become familiar with different speaking styles and accents. Speaking English confidently is another challenge. Many students know grammar and vocabulary but feel nervous when speaking. Fear of making mistakes is one of the biggest reasons learners avoid speaking English. Some students worry that others will laugh at them or judge their pronunciation. As a result, they remain silent even when they understand the language. Confidence is very important in language learning. Learners should remember that mistakes are normal and necessary for improvement. The more students practice speaking, the more confident they become. Joining English clubs, speaking with friends, and practicing conversations can help learners feel more comfortable using English in daily life. Writing in English can also be challenging. Students often struggle with spelling, punctuation, grammar, and organizing their ideas clearly. English spelling is especially difficult because many words do not follow consistent rules. Words like enough, knife, and island are difficult for learners to spell correctly. Writing essays in formal letters can also be stressful for students who are not familiar with English sentence structures. To improve writing skills, learners should practice regularly by writing paragraphs, journals, essays, or short stories. Reading English books and articles can also help students understand how sentences and paragraphs are organized. Reading comprehension is another area where learners face challenges. Some English texts contain difficult vocabulary, complex grammar, and unfamiliar topics. Students may spend too much time translating every word instead of understanding the main idea. Academic reading can be especially difficult because it often includes formal language and technical vocabulary. To improve reading skills, learners should start with simple materials and gradually move to more advanced texts. Reading newspapers, magazines, novels, and online articles can help learners become more comfortable with English. Lack of practice is another major obstacle in learning English. Many students only study English in the classroom and do not use it outside school. Language learning requires constant practice and exposure. Without regular use, learners may forget vocabulary and grammar quickly. Some students live in environments where nobody speaks English, making practice difficult. However, technology has made learning easier than before. Learners can use the internet, social media, language apps, videos, and online conversations to practice English every day. Even talking to oneself in English can help improve fluency. Motivation is also important in language learning. Some learners lose interest because they feel progress is too slow. Learning English takes time, and improvement does not happen overnight. Students may become frustrated when they cannot understand conversations or express themselves clearly. Comparing oneself to fluent speakers can also reduce confidence. To stay motivated, learners should set realistic goals and celebrate small achievements. For example, learning 5 new words each day or speaking English for 10 minutes daily can create steady progress. Positive thinking and patience are essential for success. Cultural differences can create additional challenges. Language and culture are closely connected, so understanding English sometimes requires understanding cultural expressions, humor, and traditions. Certain jokes, idioms, or expressions may not make sense to learners from different cultural backgrounds. For example, phrases like "it's raining, cats and dogs" can sound strange to beginners. Learning about English-speaking cultures through movies, books, and conversations can help students understand the language more naturally. Another challenge is limited access to quality education and resources. Some students do not have good teachers, textbooks, or internet access. In some areas, English classes may focus too much on memorization instead of communication. As a result, students may know grammar rules but struggle to use English in real situations. Teachers play an important role in motivating students and creating enjoyable learning experiences. Interactive activities, games, discussions, and group work can make English learning more effective and enjoyable. Time management is also a problem for many learners. Students often have busy schedules with school, work, and family responsibilities. Because of this, they may not have enough time to practice English regularly. However, even small daily practice sessions can make a big difference. Spending 15 or 20 minutes each day reading, listening, or speaking English can gradually improve language skills over time. Despite all these challenges, learning English offers many benefits. English helps people communicate with others around the world, access information online, travel more easily, and find better educational and career opportunities. The difficulties learners face should not discourage them. Every mistake is part of the learning process. Successful language learners are those who continue practicing even when learning feels difficult. In conclusion, learning English is not always easy because students face challenges in pronunciation, grammar, vocabulary, listening, speaking, reading, and writing. Fear, lack of confidence, limited practice, and motivation problems can also make learning more difficult. However, these challenges can be overcome through patience, regular practice, and positive thinking. Students who continue learning step by step will gradually improve their English skills. Learning a language is like climbing a mountain. It may be difficult at first, but with determination and effort, success is possible. English learners should never give up because every small improvement brings them closer to fluency and greater opportunities in the future.